Hello students, welcome to our first class of SSC MTS English Practice Set. In this session, we are going to solve certain important and predominant English PYQ, that is previous year question, that has arrived in SSC MTS. Well, in this session, not only we are going to solve the questions, but along with solving the questions, we are definitely going to focus behind the knowledge and also the logic that implies the answer. I hope all of us are having the basic knowledge of all the English chapters, all the English grammatical chapters that we have studied till class 10. Well, for solving questions for any competitive examination, it is mandatory to have a depth knowledge regarding all the grammatical chapters that we have studied till class 10. The basic and also the exceptional rules of the concerned grammatical chapter is essential for the concerned PYQ, that is previous year question practice set. In today's class and in next 3 classes, we are going to solve certain important previous year questions of articles that has arrived in MTS. Hence, this is the first class of this English previous year question practice sets session and also the first class of articles. Well, I guess we all are having the knowledge of the exceptional rules of articles. But before jumping into the question, let's just have a very short and quick revision regarding the basic knowledge, basic conception of article. I know that you all have the basic knowledge and idea, but still just a quick revision before jumping into the questions. Well, articles are actually of mainly 2 types: definite and indefinite. Basically, definite article is when we use the, and indefinite article is when we used a or an. Let's first have an idea about the basic meaning and implication of these 2 type of articles, and then we'll get to know in which situation and before which words we are going to use these articles. Basically, whenever we are particularizing any situation, we are mentioning any situation, we are making any situation definite and particular, we use definite article the. And whenever we are using something in general, whenever we are trying to express something on average, something very usual and normal, we use indefinite article. And whenever we are making it something special or particular, we are using definite article the. Let me give you an example and then I hope this will get a little more clear. Suppose I'm taking a sentence. I will go to school by a bus. That means I'll go to school by any bus. It can be a private bus, it can be a government bus, it can be a taxi, it can be any kind of any bus. And when we are saying I will, actually I just chose the wrong column. I'll write the sentence again here. I'll go to school by a bus. That is when we are just saying something in general. It can be any bus. It can be a public bus. It can be a AC bus. It can be a government bus. Any kind of any bus. But when I'm saying I will go to school by the, red AC bus. In this sentence, we are actually mentioning a particular bus, red AC bus. That means I will not go to school by any bus. I will go to school by a particular bus. It has to be a red colored bus and it has to be an AC bus. That means we are actually making something particular, making something definite by mentioning the word red and AC. So whenever in a sentence we have to make any situation, we have to make any noun particular, we have to use definite article the. It is essential. And whenever we are trying to make any sentence, any situation or any noun general, we use indefinite article a. Let me repeat once more. Whenever we are specifying something, whenever we are making something minute, we are making something definite, we use definite article the. And whenever we are using any sentence to express an average meaning, a general meaning and usual meaning, we use indefinite article a. So this is the very basic difference between the and a. I hope this basic is very clear, and along with this we need to keep one thing in mind, that we can use definite article the for any kind of any words, but there is a specification for a and an. What kind of specification? Whenever we are using or whenever we are starting a word with any consonant, what are consonants? C, D, T. We use the letter a. For example, a cat, a goat. And whenever we are trying to explain something, or whenever we are using a word that is starting with a vowel, now what are vowel? A, E, I, O, U. These are basically vowel. So whenever we are using, or whenever we are making a word, creating a word, constructing a word starting with any vowel, suppose apple, umbrella, here we have to use indefinite article an before apple. So this is the very basic difference between a and an and its implications. Along with this, it has some other exceptional rules as well. Definitely in due course of time, I'll explain you how and where and for what reason the differences are being created, and then it will get more and more clear to all of you. Well, that's all basic knowledge of articles that we have read in class 2. And even it's so amusing to think that even after so many ages, after so many classes, and after so many exams, at this stage of life, at this corner of our life, we again need to read this chapter, and this chapter is creating such a great emphasis, such a great help to all of us. Indeed. All right, so that's basic knowledge that we require now. Let's start with our question answer solving practice session. Moving to our first question. Before solving the question, let me tell you two important things. One, please read the question twice to thrice. It is very, very, very essential that you read the question at least twice to thrice, and always keep this in mind, that whenever you're solving any question, whenever you're reading any sentence, you will find out that the concerned sentence has two different meaning. One is the literal meaning, another one is the grammatical meaning. It is very, very essential to find out both the meanings simultaneously of the sentence. Once you figure out both the sentences, only then you can figure out what is the error or where the error is lying in the sentence if the sentence is incorrect. So for this reason, you have to read the sentence quite a number of times, and after that jump into the conclusion. This is the first thing that I needed to tell you. Second thing that I need to tell you is, In the question paper, often I get to hear this kind of a question from students that, ma'am, what kind of question are we going to face in the exam paper? Now, in this scenario, please keep this in mind that there are basically three types of patterns available for SSC. Alright, and definitely MTS is a part of SSC, and hence this particular pattern is followed for MTS as well. The first pattern is basically spotting the error. So basically here you will be given a sentence where you have to find out the error from the given sentence. This is the first category. A sentence will be given to you and you have to find out the underlying error present in the sentence, and options will be given to you. Like for this sentence, just giving an example, 1, 2, 3, 4, you can see 4 options are given. You will be given 4 options. Sometimes you may be given 5, or sometimes maybe 3. In general, 4 options are given along with a no error option, and you have to choose the correct option, the correct the part of the sentence where the error is lying. So the sentence is being divided into 4 to 5 parts, or maybe 3 to 4 parts, and you have to choose the part in which the error is lying. So this is the first category. The second category that you have, that is sentence improvement. So basically this is the question that you can see in this slide, is basically sentence improvement. So in sentence improvement, there is just a space deficiency. I'll write this word again. So in sentence improvement, what happens is, in sentence improvement, a sentence will be given definitely with an error, and your work is to find out the correct option from the given options, that which is the correct substitute or the corrected form of that error. So you will be given a sentence and the error will also be marked to you, just like in this sentence. See, the whole sentence is incorrect, that's why the whole sentence has been marked with an underline. You can be underlined, or you may also see that a particular portion of the sentence is presented in bold manner, in a black bold way, and your work is to correct the sentence from the given option. This is number 2. And number 3, which is the most vital thing, which is a composite of both 1 and 2. In the third category, you will be given a sentence where the error is not mentioned in the sentence. You have to pick out the error, and then not only picking out error, you also have to correct the error, and then you have to match your corrected answer from the given options. Usually the third category usually doesn't come in NTS, since this pattern is a little composite way, but you never know what happens at which corner of time. So it's better that we practice and we have the knowledge. Definitely we are doing previous year question, but definitely it is important. I thought it's important to give this knowledge to you, that this third category may come an MTS, because officially it is declared that it is a part of MTS, but usually in exam the third type doesn't come much, where both spotting error and sentence improvement, both the things you have to do simultaneously. I hope this basic conception is clear to all of you. Let's now jump into the question. Coming to our first question, let's read the question carefully. The more they earn, more they spend. Once more, the more they earn, more they spend. This is a question of SSC MTS 2022. MTS 2022's question, the more they earn, more they spend. You can clearly see that this sentence has an error, and the entire sentence is marked here, since it has an error lying in it. So it's our duty to find out that which part of the question, which part of the sentence is having the error. Now let's try to figure out where the error is, because here the entire sentence is marked. Here it is written, the more they earn, more they spend. An individual word is repeated twice. Now, just few minutes ago, I told you that it is essential that we keep in mind basic and also the exceptional rules of the grammatical chapter. Definitely, it is essential to keep the meaning and also the rules of the chapter in our mind along with the implication. According to the rules of definite article, whenever we are using any particular comparative word for same noun, we can use the article once. But when we are using it for two different noun, then we have to use the when we have to write the article twice. I know you're getting a little confused. Don't worry, I'll break your confusion. Let me just rub this part, otherwise you people won't be able to see because I have to write down here. Now first let's have an idea. Basically we have to have the idea. Now see, you will often see that for one grammatical chapter exercise, you are having or you're bound to have the knowledge of a lot of grammatical chapters. So basically whenever you're saying one noun, it can be any noun. Suppose I'm saying bus. If I say red bus, AC bus, then we can say the red AC bus. But if I'm saying the same thing for two different vehicles, bus and car, red AC bus, red AC car. Now in this case, suppose we are using an article. Now let me just describe the meaning of this particular part. According to the exceptional rules of the definite article, whenever two different adjectives are used for the same noun, we can use the article once. We don't need to use the article twice before two adjectives if only same article is required. It has to be the same article, either a or the or an. It's not that before the first adjective the article is the and before the second adjective the article is an. No, if both the adjectives are used for the same noun and if both articles are used for one adjective, if both same articles are used for two different adjectives, in only those situations only one article can be used before the first adjective and that will be enough. We don't need to use separate article in front of two adjectives separately. Only one, the red, is enough. But in this case, two adjectives are similar but the nouns are different. Bus and car, these are different. That's why if we use only the before the first adjective, it is not enough. So we have to write the red AC bus and the red AC car. The space is little short, that's why I have to write in a very congested way. Please adjust to it. So since the noun is different, that's why we are writing the article. We are repeating the article twice. Now coming to the sentence. Definitely we are talking here about money, but not with the similar meaning. Here we are talking about earning and here we are talking about spending. The activities are not same, it's different firstly. And secondly, we are here also talking about comparative words. That is, we are talking about comparative word more. Usually more is used between, or comparative words are used between two nouns, positive, comparative and superlative. Once we proceed further with other sentences, I'll break it again and I'll explain it definitely. But in case of comparative words, it is definitely and always used only between two nouns. So here definitely we are comparing between two things, earning and spending. So naturally two things are used. So from that logic also the article needs to be repeated. The should be repeated once more here. The more they earn, the more they spend. Either we have to repeat the article twice or we have to omit the article. More they earn, more they spend. Either one. But why are we using the here? Because we are specifying. We are specifically talking about money. We are specifically talking about the activity of earning and spending. That's why we are using definite article the. So this sentence may have two answers. One, the more they earn, the more they spend. Since money is actually specified here. Or we can also give an answer, more they earn, more they spend. We are not particularizing money. But now, usually the first one is to be answered because money is actually may pointed here as the definite one. Money is actually particularized one. That's why it should be answered as the it should be given the correct answer. It should be declared as the correct one. And moreover, we also need to check our correct answer with the options given below. That is also essential. More they earn, more they spend. This is also given. The more they earn, the more they spend. This is also given. So our correct answer is option 1. Hence, it is the more they earn, the more they spend. I hope this sentence is clear to you. The very first question of our practice set really gave us a different kind of a vibe, isn't it? All right, moving to the next question. It was the well-directed film and we enjoyed it. It was the very well-directed film and we enjoyed it. This is a question of SSC MTS 2021. MTS 2021's question. It was the very well directed film and we enjoyed it. The sentence is divided into three categories along with an error of no error, and we need to find out and also choose the correct option from the given option and choose it and figure out which is the correct sentence. Okay. It was the very well directed film. Now, here we are definitely talking about a particular, we are talking about a film, but we have not mentioned the name of a film. We are talking about a film, that's correct, but we have not mentioned the name of the film, which is definitely required. Since we have not mentioned the name of the film, hence we cannot figure out it's definite or not. Definitely the name is not mentioned, hence it's not definite. So we cannot use definite article the. It has to be indefinite article a. It was a very well directed film and we enjoyed it. So the should be removed and the correct option that we need to choose is option A. A very well directed film, since the film is not mentioned here specifically that which film we are talking about. I hope this sentence is clear to you. Moving to the next question. If the economy fails this year, it will reflect badly on the government. If the economy fails this year, it will it reflect badly on the government. This is a question of SSC MTS 2020. MTS 2020's question: if the economy fails this year, it reflect badly on the government. Now this one is again a very easy question, I feel, and also better to say that once you see the sentence, you emerge out with the with the answer automatically. All right, let's see. If the economy fails, something is made here specific. If something fails, it has not failed yet because we have used the word if. It has not yet failed, it is going to fail, or it might not. But if fails, what will happen? That means something we are talking about in future. It will happen. Will is something that is going to happen in future. So when we are using if, it's a hypothetical situation, that if this happens, this will happen. If I don't go, I will not get the job. So there is something that is going to happen in the future. Same thing should be applied here. If the economy fails this year, it will reflect badly on the government. So basically, something has not yet happened, but there is a high chance, there is a high risk that if this happens, it will reflect badly on the government. So our correct sentence is option number A, it will reflect badly, and the correct sentence is if the economy fails this year, it will reflect badly on the government. Now you may ask me that, ma'am, why did you give this questions more related to tense than article? Then why are we solving this question in article chapter? Now, let me tell you, student, that this is those kind of sentences. This is one of those kind of sentences that often makes the student confused. Students often think that, oh my god, so many articles are used here. The are used twice. That means they often think that so many articles are used in a sentence. That means the sentence has to have an error regarding the article chapter. Often you will see in the sentence, the error might be regarding some other grammatical chapter, but the logic that you are using to solve that question is actually a logic of some other grammatical chapter. So this is actually something really different, and it often gets repeated in various competitive exams, and of course, especially in MTS. That's why I have given this sentence, so that not only the knowledge of article but also the general literal sense of a sentence, along with the knowledge of article and knowledge of other chapters, are essential to keep in mind for solving the question. Don't worry if you are getting worried. Don't worry if you think that you're not finding it easy to solve the questions. In due course of time, we'll solve all the chapters concerned previous year questions, and definitely it's going to be helpful for all of you. Just don't worry. Well, moving to our next question. Every Saturday, the workers get their weekly wages. Every Saturday, the workers gets their weekly wages. And this is a question of SSC MTS 2021. SSC MTS 2021's question. Every Saturday, the workers gets their weekly wages. Now, this one is really something very easy, and we also need to keep this in mind. Why? Here we have specified something as the, right? So we have specified a particular group of a person, a particular bunch of people, but should say every Saturday the, and then we are writing workers, S, plural. Then how come we can add S here as gates? Definitely we cannot, because according to the rules, it's about subject verb agreement. Don't worry, we'll have separate practice set for subject verb agreement. Whenever we are putting any sentence, we are placing any sentence, always and always keep this in mind, that when the subject or when the noun is plural, the verb has to be singular, and when the noun is singular, the verb has to be plural. Here, the noun itself is plural, workers. So how can we write gets? That's incorrect. It has to be opposite. So the correct letter is gate. We cannot use the letter S. So the correct sentence is, before that, let's choose the correct option. It's option B, the worker get. So the correct sentence is, every Saturday the workers get their weekly wages. A particular day is fixed on which the workers get their weekly wages. I hope this sentence is clear to you. Well, that's all from article for this class. This was the first class of article for SSC MTS previous year question practice session. In the next class, we are again going to solve the remaining important previous year questions of articles. Thank you.